Yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my Honkai Star Rail gamers? So, today I wanted to have the funny Welsh woman yell at me again because it's a fun time and she's a little wacky. But today we wanted to talk about the Herta stuff, and apparently a Genshin creator calling out and crashing out because of Herta. Hey, as the new face of Genshin Impact, I gotta see what these old heads are doing. Genshin's gonna belong to me. Unfortunately, these people don't get a say in it. I am now the new face of Genshin Impact, and they don't have a choice. So I gotta look at this up and see what my predecessors, I guess you would say, have to say about it.
So there's a conversation that I want to have today.
I hate how she does it every time, bro. That's so obnoxious. She just keeps sliding across the screen like she's moonwalking. All right, let's go.
Easy to make 5-star versions of 4 stars in gacha games.
I think no, actually, now that I think about it, I actually have 2 games that do this. So if anyone knows, Nikkei actually has this as well, where they have Summer Anise, who's actually one of the best units in the game, unironically. She's a 4-star character, one of the main characters, and she has a 5-star version. And not only that, some of the 5-star versions have their own other 5-star versions that, you have. I'm trying to think of one right now that is kind of ass normally and is better. Oh, Rosanna. Not the best unit. Summer Rosanna, where she barely wears anything and she's basically tied up in the ropes, is a better character. And she's actually really good and kind of like, it's kind of like the same way of Daniel and Don Hung and Don Hung Prime. DHP was like at the top, right? And then regular Don Hung is kind of whatever. It's the same thing with Anise. Anise is just kind of whatever. I think she's good in PvP, but Summer Anise is a lot better. It just kind of reminds you of DHP. Now, you know who else does that? The other Honkai game, which I feel like no one's bringing up. No one brings up the other Honkai game. Honkai Impact 3 does this a lot. I know this because Fuhua has a lot of versions. I love her.
I think for 90% of people, the answer is very clearly no.
No.
I mean, if they truly look like a 5-star upgrade with new kit, story, and perks, generally speaking, people are totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Would this be considered a lazy move? And honestly, I wouldn't say so. Essentially, everything about the character has to be different and built up from the ground.
Stand still. God damn it. Sorry, go ahead.
Bar the face, of course. And I think it's totally fine to give prominent 4 stars featured in the game their own 5-star variant.
I hate it here, bro.
Especially when that character is heavily featured in the game already.
Right.
Such as Herta. I'd like to think this is the general consensus.
Dude, I love Herta Prime. Herta Prime is just so pretty. I think it's kind of hard because I think Ting Yun Prime is probably the best looking. DHP is okay. Actually, he's really good. I like DHP because he gets long hair and he gets the horns. I think that's pretty cool. But I just think if you guys wondered where the whole Prime thing comes from with these 4-star characters, I just thought his name was really stupid. I don't know why. I hated saying in body, so I just started calling him DHP. And so that kind of leads into all the other 4-star characters when they become a 5-star. I just put Prime at the end of it. But I think TYP probably looks the best, in my opinion. I do love Herta, bro. I don't know why. Am I just into witches, bro? Is that what it is? It might be it. I don't know. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I saw one person in particular who thought these, 5-star upgrades for Herta were cringe and mid, which resulted in him having a bit of a struggle on Twitter.
Here we go.
Let's go take a look. Subscribe! Yo, who wants to have sex?
Does everyone have this kind of intro? I don't know. I feel like everyone has this kind of intro where they just yell, subscribe! I know Hex has it. I know Pokey has it. Also, did she just say, what did she say?
Subscribe! Yo, who wants to have sex?
Oh my god. But actually, this one kind of reminds me more of Hex's.
What's good,
You know what? Just for that, play my intro.
This time with some Honkai Star Rail news.
Honkai
As we all know,
Starbucks.
recently we've had drip marketing for 2 new characters. One being yesterday was Aglier.
Herta Prime.
And then we also had the Herta the day before. And I'm gonna be real, guys. She looks so cool, okay? She looks
I love
really
her,
cool.
bro.
She's got like those witchy vibes. I think this character design is really cool. She's got what's it called? Like a keyblade kind of weapon.
Oh, she does have a keyblade. I forgot about that. I love all the art, dude. So far, the Herta Prime art has been peak, bro. I love it, especially when they draw her with the keyblade. It's really funny. I love it,
and it's sick. It really is like a really good upgrade from her 4-star design. Now, granted, some people prefer her puppet design, okay? That's okay. Guess what? You're allowed to have a preference. But I think on the whole, the majority of people think this design is fucking peak, right?
I think regular Herta is good as a 4-star, like as a 4-star design. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's really funny too to go on the space station and just find her littered everywhere and just talking to her. I don't know why that's really funny. It's pretty funny, but you know, Herta Prime, let's go, bro.
And Honkai Star Rail is no stranger to 4-star to 5-star upgrades. We've seen it with Dan Hung within Bibitu Lune. That name. Awesome. Okay, it was like a completely new character, a completely new look, completely new
I like
kit.
DHP. I think DHP was a good design.
And it was absolutely sick. It also got another like 5-star imaginary character for us. At the time, they were sparse. And it was really cool. It was a really cool upgrade. And I gotta say, right, type 1, if you think the Herta, she should have been called Big Herta. But how many...
I think this is only an English dub thing, right? This is what I heard. I heard in this might actually be better. I like how in Spanish, I think they call her Madam Herta. I believe so. And I think I forgot what they called her in Japanese. Was it Miss Herta? Something like that. So this is only an English thing. I don't know why we got the short end of the stick and we got the Herta. I feel like we got gypped. I don't know. Madam Herta would have been really sick. I feel like she wants to be called Madam, and in more ways than one. But that's just my opinion. I feel like Madam Herta would have been a good deal. But we got the Herta. The Herta would have been a little bit better too. But I'm just, arguing semantics into something that I will probably never call her anyways. I'm call her Herta Prime anyways. Go ahead.
If you think Herta looks good here. Type 1 if you think this is sick. Type 2 if
I
you
love
think
it.
this is trash.
I absolutely love it.
I love it. Bit of consensus here. The Herta is my wife. Yeah, exactly, bro. How many of y'all think this is great? How many of y'all think this is terrible design? Be honest. Be honest. 1, 1, 1. Wow. Right. How many of y'all think this is good? Get your eyes off her. 1, 1. Any twos? Anyone think it's bad, or do you all think it's good?
I'm a fan.
1, 1, 1, 1. She's cool. 3, 1. Exactly. Most of y'all think it's cool, okay? But there has been one individual, one misery guts, who is complaining that she's not very cool, okay? But this person here has been saying, I find it so funny how Honkai Star Rail is releasing some amazing characters recently, and Genshin is, well, of course, when we make any kind of statement.
I think I've actually been a fan of I think I have been a fan of the Natlan characters. Although Chaska literally just looks like Miss Fortune with the breast reduction. But I don't really care how Chaska looks because she's that busted, At a certain point, it doesn't even care about the looks. I just wanted to see the funny numbers, and she does funny number damage. Shilonen looked I liked Shilonen. She looked like a cougar. And she's also busted, so, there goes that. I feel like Maulani needed some help, in my opinion. But also, I think it's just user error. I think I just suck at using Maulani. And I love her design. And also, in my opinion, I think she deserved, her voice actor in English deserved the nomination, not Cabinetz. Cabinetz is honestly so fucking forgettable. He's just kind of whatever. Anyways, sorry, that was me. Go ahead.
That puts Genshin on a lower tier to Honkai Star Rail.
Wow.
The Genshin fans will come out of the woodworks to defend their game. And of course, the one and only Zajev did just that.
Oh, boy.
He said, I never want to be someone who defends Genshin designs, but surely we aren't saying that about the Herta, okay?
Yes.
This tweet is very interesting.
Yes, we are.
Does not like...
Zajev, yo, dog, big dog, here. I'm going to give you the spoiler warning. Yes, we are, in case you were wondering. Guess what? Answer's yes. And he was
the Herta design, okay? It's very clear. He's talking about the design of the Herta, okay? At no
her design
point
is great.
Mentioning anything else, okay? bro kind of got a little bit clowned on for this, right? Bro got a little bit clowned on for this. Yeah, people who be desperate for attention. 'Cause overall, most people think the Herta, or Big Herta, she's gonna be called, is cool, right? I get where you're coming from, but please, please, please sit this one out when this is the Genshin character that just got released.
I like Chaska, bro. I like Chaska, and I like her story, especially when she becomes awakened Chaska. I know a lot of people didn't like it. It's just kind of the limit of the limit of the animation. They probably should have like made it a 3D animation instead of like in-game. What do you call it? In-game characters. Like instead of using the in-game models, they should use like trailer animations. If you know what I mean, you know how there's a difference between a Genshin trailer and the in-game stuff. For if you haven't seen when Chaska becomes a name bearer and becomes awakened Chaska, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I'm just saying that there's a certain point where she starts to lose it, and it looks really silly because it's in-game models. I feel like that scene would have hit I mean, I don't want to say that. That scene absolutely hit me. I cried. Don't judge me. I think that scene would have been a little bit better if they used the in-game models. But nonetheless, I digress. I like Chaska.
Yeah, this character fucking sucks, dude. I'll be real. What's the name? Chansha, whatever it is. It sucks.
Chaska?
I'll be real. What is this?
She just looks like a misfortune to me, bro. And, you know, that's all I see. It's mostly the hat and the red hair. It just reminds me of misfortune.
This doesn't make... It looks like a 4-star at best.
Could have at least given her bigger... Never mind. Sorry,
I can't believe Auroron is a 4-star, and this is a 5-star. Chaska, that's it.
Hey, her design's one thing. Her damage is another. Holy shit, she does damage.
It looks ass. It looks so mid. I don't know what bro is saying when this also looks like hot garbage. You know what I mean? Men will see the most beautiful heavenly woman to ever exist and then say she looks mid. Blood is just saying things for the sake of saying things. Clearly, he doesn't like Herta, right?
Right.
And then he goes, I would like to formally apologize for this tweet. I did not realize that re-releasing a character was supposed to be a reference to the resurrection of Christ. I have committed a grave offense, and I hope my blasphemy will be forgiven.
Oh, my fuck. Get him up. Bro. Boo. Get his ass off the stage. Get the fuck off the stage. I mean, it's not so much that. I think the re-releasing of characters kind of are second coming to Christ, especially when the characters are busted. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all I'm saying is that everyone was excited for Summer Anise and her doing a lot of damage. I'm trying to think of another one who was absolutely meta breaking, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Ludmilla is another one. She had her what do you call it? Her winter version, and that busted the meta again. You know, I'm sure there's examples for Honkai Impact 3rd, especially once you start getting into the Hershers, but I don't really know much about Honkai Impact 3rd. Someone else is going to have to explain that one. Chat, if you guys play Honkai Impact 3rd, feel free. You let it rip in the comments. I'm sure you guys will know. You guys will know more than me. Go ahead.
For real though, it's not that deep. I just think it's very comical that the design they're using to make the point they're making is 1.0 character version 2. Like, that's just a very funny situation if you don't let yourself get pissed off for no reason. The funny thing about this whole situation is if the guy had just said, hey, yeah, I'm not particularly keen with this design, it's not for me, that's one thing. That's something we can all really get behind. It's someone's preference. If you don't like a design but someone else does, so be it. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't care. No one really cares if that would be the case.
It's fine with me. I don't really care.
It's just kind of funny he felt the need to talk about it after someone had compared Honkai designs to Genshin's. I mean, we have to defend Genshin's at all costs. You know what I mean? It's so funny.
Goodness.
I feel like bro was backtracking a little bit from this one. Like, he never mentioned anything about a 4-star to 5-star being a kind of, you know, a hot topic to discuss. He was very clearly just talking about design. It was very clear he was just talking about design, you know what I mean? Because, like, I know to be someone who defends Genshin designs. That's what you're doing, right? That's what you're doing.
I never
And now
want to
we
be the
can
one to
actually
do this
see
thing that I'm about to do, but let me do this thing that I'm about to do.
the real conversations that maybe we can be having here. Bro has never played another gacha besides Genshin in his life. I don't know, funny kind of bait tweet, whatever. But the dude actually responds. It's precisely because gacha games recycling characters is such a common thing that it's hilarious to see someone single out a recycled character's design as the pinnacle of good design.
I mean, it's a good design, is it not? Am I crazy? Well, I am crazy, but that's not related. But like, I think it's a good design.
Yeah, Honkai Star Rail designs are amazing, as can be seen by this instance of Hoyo following the trend of trying to milk their characters by making you pay multiple times for them.
Okay, if they made the same exact character with the same exact kit and just made it a 5-star, I could see this, right? I could see it. I could be like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I have 2 different versions of Himiko, Honkai Impact 3rd. One of them is Pyro, one of them is Cryo. I don't know what they call it in that, but they're different. So it's like, I know that I think they are the same in Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail. I think they're both, what do you call it? I think they're both Cryo, but we just don't know her kit yet, right? So we can't really say that they're the exact same. Plus they look different. In my opinion, I think they should have given her bigger tits, but that's just because I'm a gooner. I just like purple witch women with big breasts. That's neither here nor there, Chad. Don't worry about that. Personal preference. I also think that she looks beautiful just the way she is right now. I actually love it. I think someone pointed out that she kind of stuffs her bra. I think that's really, really fucking funny. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was I saying? Yeah. The characters that usually do this aren't the same. DHP is what do you call it? DHP is imaginary. TYP is what do you call it? Nihility. These characters are not similar in any way. Herta's is the only one that is the same, but we don't even know how similar she is because we don't see her kit.
I just want to pause for a minute. I just find this pretty hilarious. The dude is like, saying it's a bad trend to have this 4-star to 5-star sort of thing going on. You're paying multiple times for a character that way. It's a way to milk you out of money. Does bro realize that Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, all these gachas have constellations or constellation equivalents to them that are literally there to make you spend multiple times for one character?
That's true.
Like,
chat, never let anyone make you forget that Captain Cabinetz has G on C5. Let that be known. Chat, let Captain Cabinetz know she has G on C5. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Surely that's like a bigger thing to complain about. I mean, personally, I don't see anything wrong by having an upgraded 5-star version with new kits, new story, new designs, basically a whole new character, rather than having to pull for constellations of a character for them to work in the first place, which is what Genshin does. I personally don't really give much of a shit about a character's visual designs. Sure, okay, so I don't really have any skin in the game, but it's just so funny to see people not just accepting the shitty gadget industry standards, but embracing them and praising them. I don't know, I don't think people...
I mean, you kind of have to, like... I don't want to say you kind of have to lower your standards, because at this point, if you guys have played any Western games, at this point, this is raising the bar. I'm just saying that it's not as bad as people think it is. Sure that, they say sex sells, but if the AAA industry wasn't the way it was, they'd probably be doing the same thing. Look at Stellar Blade, which is really funny because Stellar Blade is by the same company that makes Nikkei.
People are praising a gacha industry for bad practices. I think people are just saying, wow, the Herta
I love the funny
is a
Welsh
cool
woman.
looking character. I think that's what it is. I think people are allowed to say that. I think it's okay to say that. I don't really see anything wrong with having these 5-star variants. That's really what the conversation
I think it's great.
about. Like, if you are someone who thinks it's lazy, if you think it's, a lazy thing to do with the gacha, if you think it's predatory, that's a conversation to have. But that's not how this conversation was presented initially. It sounded like it was a design thing, you know what I mean? But I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I don't think,
I feel like the only time I would give it to them that it's predatory is if it makes it like a game-breaking character, if that makes sense. Like DHP was kind of like the top character for the longest time, so maybe then it could be predatory. But like Tingyun Prime, in my opinion, kind of came late. So at that point, you're not really going to get her for the meta. You're going to get her if you think she's hot or not, which the answer is yes, in case you were wondering. Spoiler alert, chat. Yes, she is hot. So unless Herta Prime breaks the meta, I don't really think it's that predatory. Like, you know, it is what it is. Rapunzel, the old Rapunzel came out with the Old Tales event. Is she that good? Is she as good as regular Rapunzel? Not really. Regular Rapunzel's still more broken. I'm sorry. I keep using Nikkei as a reference because I don't know much about Honkai Impact 3rd, and Nikkei is another game that does this sort of thing. Although Nikkei, you know, they're a little bit more generous in my opinion. I think it's an amazing game. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Having a new 5-star character is the equivalent of having to pull for constellations to make a character work in the first place. That's just really all I gotta say on that. You know what I mean? I was scrolling.
Chat, if your 5-star character needs constellations to work, they suck dick. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Through Twitter. The whole reason I wanted to talk about this, because I was scrolling through Twitter, okay, and the only thing that I saw was this. I saw this tweet on its own.
Oh my god, there it is.
I saw this tweet on its own, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. I did. I thought it
That's not very comfy of you, oomphy. I don't know how the Genshin people talk.
So funny. I thought it was so funny. Apparently, he was responding to someone being transphobic, which is fair enough. But
fair
seeing
enough, dude.
this
Fair enough.
on
Never
its
mind.
own
Fair
on my
enough, dude.
timeline
Fair enough.
was
Fair enough.
hilarious, bro. It was just so funny.
It's
fine.
If it's someone doing that, sure, fine. You know what? We'll let it slide. Go ahead.
For me, just have the gameplay different. Oh yeah, the gameplay has to be different. It has to be a different gameplay. PGR and Honkai Impact does it every time. There we go. So we've all kind of, you know, realized there is no issue.
Oh, PGR does it. Oh, I wonder if they're gonna do it with Wuthering Waves. That'd be kind of cool. Give me a 5-star Chisha, thank you, and make sure her abs are like a little bit more defined. Go ahead.
With this, I love Debut de Lune. Exactly. No one complained about that. No one complained. Maybe Zadjeff did. Maybe Zadjeff complained about.
I never got DHP. I'm not gonna lie. Although I did use my friend's DHP, and she has him C6, and I'm not gonna lie, he's absolutely insane. But like, I'm not gonna spend $1,000 for DHP. She's just a big Dunhung fan, so you know it is what it is. Me personally, I wouldn't. But at this point, I have too many like good characters to really need DHP. Does that make sense? Like I have Rappa, who isn't as good. I'm not saying she's as good, but you know, if I need imaginary damage, I have Rappa.
About the Debut de Lune, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is, you know. So bro had a moment. Well, Graham should go to bed. I go live every day, 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. GMT.
No, she doesn't. She's lying. No, she doesn't. I'm just kidding.
Come over and have some fun with us. I appreciate y'all. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below what you think. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Bye, Cappy. Wow, dude, we love Captain Cabinetz around here. She has a funny accent, and I love when she says words because she says them in a funny accent, and it's great to me. Anyways, that was an interesting video. I don't know why he would crash out like that, but I mean, you know, chat, you know how these Genshin Impact CCs are. You know how the old heads are, chat. You know what? It's okay. I'm going to save Genshin Impact myself. No one else is going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. I will get this community back on track if they ever fix the game. I have my own ideas of how to fix the game, but you know, I don't know if they're up for it. But you know what, chat? All I'm saying is, if you think one character doesn't look that good, that's fine. Who really cares? It's your opinion. What am I gonna say? No, you can't. No, actually, you can't have that opinion. No, you can have that opinion, but when you start getting a little weird with it, then it's like, all right, but now you need to relax. So. You know, it is what it is. I hope you guys are excited for Herta. I like Herta Prime. I really like her, dude. Something about purple witches. I'm all about it. Anyways, comment, like, subscribe, chat. Subscribe to Captain Cabinetz. She'll yell at you in funny words. Anyways, comment, like, subscribe, chat. And I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.